always got humor. She's a giggle at a funeral, knows everybody's disapproval. I should've worshipped her sooner. If the heavens ever did speak, she is the last true mouthpiece. Every Sunday's getting more bleak, a fresh poison each week. We were born sick, you heard them say it. But church offers no absolute. She tells me worship in the bedroom. The only heaven I'll be sent to is when I'm alone with you. I was born sick, but I love it. Command me to be well. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Take me to church, I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death, the good God, let me give you my life. Take me to church, I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death, the good God, let me give you my life. If I'm a pagan of the good times, my love is the sunlight. Keep the goddess on my side. She demands a sacrifice to drain the whole sea. Get something shiny, something meaty for the main course. That's a fine looking high horse. What you got in the stable? Got a lot of sorrow and faithful. Well, that looks tasty, that looks punty. This is hungry work.
Take me to church, I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sin, that you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death, the good God, let me give you my life. Take me to church, I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins, so you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death, the good God, let me give you my life.
Or kings when the ritual begins.
There is no sweeter innocence than our gentle sin.
In the madness and soil of that sad earthly sea, only then I am human, only then I am clean.
Amen. 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 Take me to church,
I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your life.
and I'll tell you my sins, and you can sharpen your knife.
Offer me that deathless death, the
Good God, let me give you my life.
take me to church.
I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your life.
I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife.
be seated. Good afternoon. It is absolutely my sincere pleasure to welcome you to the College of Education Teacher Pinning Ceremony. I would like to take this opportunity to also welcome those that are joining us virtually and online. We are delighted to have you here with us as well. But I have to say, it is such a treat to have those of you here that are with us in person. It is absolutely super exciting for us to get to celebrate together in this way. We began this tradition in 2018 for several reasons. One, and most importantly, to honor you, our graduates, our teacher candidates, our students, our next generation of difference makers. You have worked hard, you have learned, you have grown, you have struggled, and you have overcome. And for today's graduates, this is more true than ever before. You have persevered through one of the most unusual, unexpected, unpredictable, challenging seasons that our world, and especially our teachers, have ever faced. Today you reach a milestone, the step that moves you from being a student to a teacher. And in a little while, you will recite together the College of Education Teacher's Oath, committing out loud to yourself and to your peers, to your faculty, and to your family and friends, the responsibility that comes with being a Sam Houston State University teacher. That oath reflects your commitment to this noble and meaningful career choice. Today is the day worth celebrating because you are worth celebrating. And we are here to recognize your accomplishment, to tell you how very proud we are of you, and to celebrate this transition as you move from student to teacher. Well done, and congratulations. Our second reason for being here today is to celebrate and honor the career that you have chosen. The need for dedicated, high-quality, excellent teachers of all types has never been greater. Today's students need you. They need and deserve the very best teachers possible. The pin you will receive today includes the Sam Houston State University SH logo because you will proudly not just be a teacher, but you will be a Sam Houston State University teacher, the very best that Texas has to offer, and that makes you special. Your pin also, however, is in the shape of a starfish, and here's the story of why your pin is in the shape of a starfish. In 2017, the College of Education began the Starfish Project in response to helping meet our students' needs after this little event called Hurricane Harvey. And little did we know just a few years later that we would create an entirely new perspective for how important it is for us to support one another in this way. Not unlike a hurricane, the pandemic has caused great loss and great need. And the College of Education family has worked together to meet those needs in every possible level, including financial, academic, and social emotional support. The Starfish Project is named for a story that you've probably heard before. And in the story, a little girl is walking along the beach, and the beach is covered with starfish. The tide has come in, the tide has gone back out, and when the tide went out, it left the beach covered with starfish. And the little girl walks along, and she picks up a starfish, and she tosses it back into the ocean. And a man is watching, and he comes up to her, and he says, what are you doing? Do you not see that this beach is for miles and miles lined with starfish? I mean, you're never going to make a difference. What are you doing? And the little girl leans down, picks up a starfish, tosses it back in the ocean, and she looks at the man, and she says, I made a difference to that one. That is who you are, and that is what you do as a teacher. So your College of Education pin is in the starfish, in the shape of a starfish, to remind you that teachers and you make a difference. You make a difference every single day in perhaps the most powerful and most important way possible. You, as a teacher, impact students. You impact lives. You impact the future of our schools, the future of our communities, the future of our country, and the future of our world are, without exception, impacted by teachers. So starting today, you are a teacher. And we celebrate this profession and your choice to be part of it by this pinning ceremony. I keep a quote on my desk that I have had, that somebody gave me when I was in your seat almost 30 years ago. And I do literally keep it on my desk. And so it's 30 years old now, and it falls apart. I hold it together with a clip. This isn't a prop. This is for real. It's faded by the sun. If it falls over, I have to put it all back together. But I keep it on my desk, and I will never replace it, because it reminds me of why I do what I do and why what we do as educators is important. And what this quote says is that 100 years from now, it will not matter how much money I made, how big a house I lived in, or what kind of car I drove. But the world may be a better place because I made a difference in the life of a child. You will make that kind of difference. You will impact the lives of children. You will change the world because of that, and you matter every single day. The Starfish legacy continues because of you and because of teachers. So thank you, not just from me and not just from the College of Education, but from every student whose life you are going to impact as you continue on your career as a teacher. Thank you for choosing to be a Bearcat teacher. And remember that your job, your calling, your role as a teacher will allow you to make a difference every single day, to one and to many. So thank you for becoming a teacher. You are a difference maker. Congratulations. So every teacher pinning ceremony, we include words of wisdom from a recent College of Education alumnus, someone who is still in the very early stages of his or her teaching career. And so today it is my pleasure to introduce this year's alumni speaker, Ms. Augustina Musso-Corre. Augustina graduated from Cypress Ranch High School in 2015. She's a first-generation college student and was an honors student at Sam Houston State University when she earned her bachelor's degree in EC6 bilingual in 2019. Augustina also helped pilot our year-long residency program with Klein ISD, and she currently teaches third grade math and science at Horn Elementary in Cypress Fairbanks ISD. She's also working on her master's degree in TESOL from Sam Houston State University. So please help me welcome today's speaker, Ms. Augustina Musso-Corre.
Congratulations, teachers. I am rejoicing with you during this exciting time of new beginnings. Only 2 years ago, I was where you were, eager to begin this adventure. My name is Agustina Musso-Corre, and today I have the joy of serving as a third grade math and science bilingual teacher. Soon, you too will have a title, one that comes with much responsibility. Soon, you will have a classroom to call your own, a place in which your dreams will begin to unfold. In your classroom, you may encounter tears, challenges, hardships, sickness, but you will surely witness victories. Here, you will get to genuinely laugh, and you will love deeply and be loved just the same. This place will feel like home to many because you are there. As you wait with anticipation, I encourage you to continue dreaming. Teachers, are you ready? Soon a child will come into that place you have prepared, a child who is declared a gift, a reward. You will be standing there and your heart will feel as though it could burst as you look into the eyes of that young person you have been entrusted with. Like that one, many more will come. They will walk through that door and immediately look to you. They will seek your smile and they will rely on you for direction. They will do that on the first day and on all the days that follow. I trust that you will lead them well. Before you know it, that place that you so carefully arranged will be filled with fast heartbeats and sweet voices. That sight is priceless. My hope is that you will quickly forget what that empty classroom you walked into for the first time looked like as you and your students begin to fill it with memories together. Soon after, those children that came through your door and stole your heart, those who confided in you with their secrets, those who depended on you for support, those who asked you for advice, those who forgave you and who taught you and who cherished you, will take one step closer to their own dreams. You get to take part in those dreams through living yours. What a privilege. The time we get with them is short. The moments we share with them are rich. I urge you, teachers, do not miss it. Before I began my teaching career, I wrote down a few things that I wanted to be reminded of often. My heart behind doing so was to protect those things I value and want to practice daily as a teacher. I also wanted to be reminded of the delight I felt in that season. I wanted to hold on to that childlike excitement, the kind that you feel on Christmas morning. I wanted to hold on to those feelings you're experiencing right now. Enjoy these moments. I challenge you to make a list or to write a letter to yourself. Write down your desires, write down your goals, write down your why. Use that as a tool for reflection. I now look back at my list to check myself. I ask myself if I'm protecting those treasures, if I am living in that same joy. You have been greatly equipped for this task. Continue to pursue excellence. Be a learner alongside your students. Be a friend. Be a helper. Be positive and joyful. Remember often that you are living your dream and that you have the power to impact lives exponentially in doing so. Remember that you are loved. I want to leave you with this quote from the book of Titus. In everything, set them an example by doing what is good. In your teaching, show integrity, seriousness, and soundness of speech. I will be praying over you as you begin this season. I wish you the very best.
In addition to a recent alumnus, we also always feature an area superintendent as one of our key speakers for this event. And it is my honor today to introduce our featured superintendent speaker, Dr. LaTanya Goffney from Aldine ISD. Dr. Goffney is the superintendent at Aldine ISD, one of the largest and most diverse school districts in Texas. A native of Cold Spring, Texas, she has been a teacher, assistant principal, and superintendent in Cold Spring Oakhurst ISD, Lufkin ISD, and now Aldine ISD. She was honored as the 2017 Superintendent of the Year for the state of Texas, and also as the 2018 national nominee for National Superintendent of the Year. Dr. Goffney is a proud Bearcat alum, having earned her bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees from the College of Education at Sam Houston State University. She is a long-term friend of mine and a great supporter of the College of Education and of teachers. So please help me welcome Dr. LaTanya Goffney.
Hello, fellow Bearcats. I am super excited to be a part of your day today. You know, as I stand here and I'm reflecting back over my life, I am so thankful for the opportunities that Sam Houston presented me. And while I'm thankful for Sam Houston, I want you to understand the power of a teacher. You see, when I have friends who call, I always say, I'm living the dream. And the only reason that I get to live the dream is because of educators just like you. You see, I wasn't born on third base. I share this story because I understand that you're going to be in classrooms someday with students who are just like me. My grandmother, she raised me. I tell you, she taught me the value of hard work because she worked as a housekeeper. She actually cleaned toilets for a living and took care of elderly people so that we could have food to eat and a roof over our heads. And what I know for sure is education made the entire difference. Because although I lived in poverty, when I went to school, I had teachers who believed in me, encouraged me, inspired me, and exposed me to possibilities that were beyond anything that I was experiencing at home. And so it's my hope that as you think about right now, this moment, 2020 has not been good. Believe me, it has not, and I understand that. But I want you to take this moment and I want you to make something good out of it because you have real power in your hands right now. Real power. I know you're going to get your diplomas, you're going to get your pens, but most importantly, you're going to get the opportunity to make a difference for so many students. Wow. You talk about living the dream. You guys are dream makers. You're dream creators. And I want you to remember that when you go into the classrooms that you take on. Listen, this work is not easy by far. But who said it was going to be easy? It's certainly not hard either, because when you love what you do, you know you won't have to work a day in your life. And I hope that all of you take advantage of this opportunity and truly think about the difference that you're going to make. You know, if you choose Aldine ISD, one of the questions that I love to ask my new teachers is, which group do you want to be a part of? Those who are students' worst experience or a student's best experience? Because if I were to ask you, who was your best teacher? You know who it was. Mine was Mr. Conley, algebra, but don't tell Mr. Ashley who taught me geometry. If I was to ask you who was your worst teacher, you know who they are as well. And I won't name them, but I remember them. And so I want you to be remembered as the best, because let me tell you, our society, our world, the things that we're facing, the things that we're overcoming, you know where the solution's gonna lie? In our classrooms with our teachers who are gonna inspire our students and inspire another generation to do the work and to make a difference in this world. I wish that I was in your presence so I could look each of you in your eye and encourage you to take on this opportunity with the fierceness and the ferociousness that encourages people to do better, to live better, and to enjoy better. Because ultimately, seriously, you know, when I think about living the dream and I think about, you know, my grandmother and all of those different things, I want you to think about that as well, because you truly are living the dream. You're living your mother's dream, your grandparents' dream, an ancestor's dream, or someone's dream. And so I also want you to remember that there are going to be some tough days. But even on your toughest day, as an educator, you don't really get to have a real bad day, because even on your worst day, you're still going to be some child's best hope. Congratulations. I am very proud of you. Honored to call you alumni and fellow Bearcat, and I'm wishing you much success for a terrific future.
Are you ready for the fun part? Yeah. So it is my pleasure right now to introduce you to Dr. Kathy Adair, our Director of Innovative Partnerships, who will lead you in the pinning component of our ceremony.
Hello. So here you are in person and those attending virtually, all masked up, sanitized, socially distanced, and about to be pinned as brand new Bearcat teachers. So before we begin the pinning part of the ceremony, I want to think back just a little bit over this last semester with you. I think it's been a pretty smooth semester. You survived a 6-hour orientation by Zoom. Some of you were told on your first day on campus to wear a mask, take your temperature, fill out a symptoms form, scan this ID, and then wait. You can't come on campus today, and somehow you still managed to find a way to show up and teach. Many of your university supervisors were not allowed to come to campus to support you in person, and yet you still found a way to teach. A few mentor teachers fell apart in front of you. A few students fell apart in front of you, and yet you kept right on teaching. A few of you forgot to hit record on your observation videos, or couldn't get your videos to load, and yet you still kept right on teaching. Quite a few of you contracted COVID. Some of your mentor teachers came down with COVID. Some of your roommates came down with COVID. Some of your students came down with COVID, and yet you still kept right on teaching. Some of you quarantined. Some of you quarantined twice. A couple of you had a hospital stay. A couple of you had babies. Someone got married, and yet you still kept teaching. Several of you lost a family member or a friend. One of you lost both a family member and a friend, but you picked yourself up and you kept right on teaching. You weren't allowed to hug your students or shake hands with them, but you still kept teaching and you still built relationships. Some of your mentors did not complete their paperwork, but many of your mentors did complete their paperwork. And you finally completed your TK20 binder. You taught in person, you taught online, you taught in person and online, all at the same time. And then there was Snowmageddon 2021. Some of you had no power or water for a couple of days. Some of you had no power or water for a week. And some of you didn't have water for 2 or more weeks. But when the power came back on at the campus, you still found a way to keep right on teaching. And over 200 of you successfully completed your student teaching semester, your year-long residency program, or your Ed Aid program during the worst pandemic in the history of the United States. You've made us so very proud. As you go on to become full-fledged teachers, I'd like to leave you with one of my favorite quotes from Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. Yes, it was a pretty smooth semester. And do you know why? Because nothing can stop a Bearcat teacher. At this time, I would like to invite the marshals to take their positions and prepare for the pinning of our candidates. Candidates, the marshals will direct you to the stage to be pinned. Please maintain social distance throughout the process as you come forward. You'll face the audience and faculty will drape your pinned stole over your shoulders from behind. For those of you joining us virtually, I hope that each of you are wearing the blue stole that you received in the mail. Please stand at this time with your best supporter. Best supporter, please place the pin on your candidate. Abigail Gillespie. Gabriella Evans. Nellie Carbajal. Johanna Rostrup. Alicia Becerra. Caleb Hall. Justine McEnany. Carson Salvaggio. Haley O'Neill. Megan Pleth. Morgan Ognoski. Jacob Berlin. Hannah Mitchell. Austin Chernoshek. Rachel Butler. Haley Graham. Kaylin Contreras. Valeria Trejo. Reagan Owens. Kelly Kingdon. Allison Stansberry. Brianna Barrientos. Kristen Denley. Kayla Campbell. Amanda Bowling. Nada Banuelos. Gilly Rodriguez. Courtney Kirk. Annie Vargas. Kaylin Lyles. Lucy Kaltwasser. Brittany Morrison. Raquel Hernandez. Jennifer Alvarenga. Shanamia Henderson. Emmy Clark. Michael Harrington. Natalie Auld. Madison Carter. Brielle Crawford. Trina Weaver. Taylor Commandouris. Bree Brandt. Congratulations, you are a Bearcat teacher. We're so proud of you. Now I'd like to invite graduating College of Education Ambassador Amanda Bowling to come forward and lead the Bearcat Teacher Oath.
Bearcat teachers, please stand. Please repeat after me. I am dedicated to serving others through teaching. I am committed to inspiring the minds of the future. I will strive to create opportunities for others' success. I believe that a quality education is founded upon research. Is culturally responsive and is ethically sound. As a Bearcat teacher, I will use my abilities to make a positive impact on the world. I am a lifelong learner. I am a leader. I am a difference maker. I am an educator. I am a Sam Houston teacher. Thank you.
You all may be seated. You sounded pretty good doing that. And I'm just going to say you're rocking those pins. Yeah. You guys, we are proud of you. I am Jana Neeren. I am the interim chair of the School of Teaching and Learning, and I want to speak on behalf of my colleagues that are on the stage and the faculty and staff in the College of Education and in the School of Teaching and Learning in saying, woo-hoo for you. We are really, really excited about this day. I noticed that some of you are coming across the stage, friends and family in the back. A few of you got some woo-hoos. I think Austin got a woo-hoo. Some other people got a woo-hoo. We all need a woo-hoo. So let's do it right now for everyone that's on Zoom and in this room. Give yourselves one more round of applause and a big woo-hoo. Woo-hoo! This is a week worth woo-hooing about. You guys have just come through a really challenging program, a really challenging year, a really challenging pandemic, and this is going to be a great week. You started your Monday with a pinning. You're going to end your week with a diploma, right? Absolutely. Yes. Yay! So let's talk for just a minute about that part in the oath that you just said about being a lifelong learner. We're really sad to see you go, even though we're excited, but we want to encourage you as you start thinking about next steps in your path. Think about a graduate degree from Sam Houston State University in the College of Education. Come back and see us. Absolutely. And also we wanted to tell you that we will continue to be in your corner, to have your back, to support you. All you have to do is reach out. The faculty that you've had in your coursework, everyone is here rooting for you and cheering you on. We offer an event called Bring 'em Back Cats that happens each year throughout the year, and you should be getting emails about that next year, inviting you to join us hopefully in person. This year it was in Zoom. To come back for some free professional development. It's an opportunity to reconnect with your classmates, with your faculty, and to learn about whatever is relevant in that moment. This year we really focused on some sessions that help support people in teaching during the pandemic. And so, you know, who knows what next year holds in store, hopefully all good things, but we do invite you to just continue to stay in touch with us and to watch for that information about Bringing Back Cats. Now, we hope that for you this day is not over and that you're going to join us for the car parade. Anybody in for that? Yes, okay. So let me give you some information about that. We are going to start lining up. The car parade will start at 5:30, so you'll start lining up in the parking lot between the Teacher Education Center and the intramural fields. There'll be a lead car, and then we'll just all line up behind that, and we'll follow the leader through the parade. There will be people cheering you on, lots of opportunities for photos, so make sure you have that phone all charged up, because I know you're going to be taking a lot of pictures when this is over. So, on that note, when you leave here today, don't just jump up and go. Our marshals will lead you out in small groups. We want you to stop by the table, pick up a Bearcat Teacher t-shirt, pick up an envelope full of swag, and then we know you're going to probably want to take some pictures with each other and your friends and family. Please keep that face covering on until you are safely out of the building. Maintain social distancing on your way out, and then take all the pictures that you want. And then we will see you at the car parade at 5:30. Congratulations.